welcome to Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast, episode 251. I'm your co-host, Kiley Wilde. I'm joined by my ever-present co-host, Pete Beckett.
Konnichiwa.
I hope I'm actually pointing at you. I am!
Yeah,
I just saw
you
on the
are
delayed
indeed.
feed.
Well done.
Woo! Yes. So this is the time where I usually ask wonderful guests how they're doing, how the week's been, but we have no guest today. It's just me and Pete.
Again.
And again, yes, if you listen to this show, you know that it's us. But every week. But you can come check us out at twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews. Also, I have to do this. I forgot to tell you this, Pete. I have to do a very quick announcement, and then I'll do it again at the end.
Go on.
But
I think I know what it is, but carry on.
You probably do. I have been tasked by our dear overlord, Mike, to say, if you enjoy reviewing games, if you enjoy getting free games, but also reviewing them.
Or both.
Come join us, or both.
Yeah, the Venn diagram is there. If you fit in the middle of the two circles.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you need to fit directly in the middle of the Venn. We're only looking for the people in the middle, that's what she said. But come join us over at, well,
Rapid Reviews UK.
Okay.
If you're interested in coming to join the writing team, please send a message to Rapid Reviews UK on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or wherever else, I don't know. You could also come and join our Discord group and get in touch with the Overlord or Mike from there, and then discuss, obviously, the potential to come and join the writing team.
It's true. It's very true. Now, all that business aside, which will be repeated at the end.
Ciao.
This is where I ask people how their week's been, and so I'm gonna ask Pete, how's your week been? What have you been playing?
So, my week has been a week. Because that's how 7 days works.
I was going to say, it's been 7 days.
It's good. It's been busy. It's been relatively okay. Like, work's been a bit... meh. It's just how it is for this month, I'm afraid. And obviously, you know, extracurricular, as Kiley would say, I've been very busy in terms of exercise and football and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm very tired at the moment, but that's part of the nature of being an old man and just trying to make sure that I stay in active shape. So, yay. So, I'm going to be honest, there hasn't been a lot of time for video games this week.
Ooh.
But I do have one. And it's a big one.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Because it is it's not released yet. And it's not a so it hasn't been released yet.
Yes.
It's also not in full release. It's not full frontal. No. Sorry. So, for those who know, will know. For those who don't know, we're going to talk about how certain things work. When two people know. So when a game is currently being tested, when it has a general online infrastructure, they will generally do some closed testing or some open testing or whatever. They'll do an alpha or a beta or anything like that. This weekend marks the opening of the closed beta session for a game that I've been incredibly excited about since it got announced this year.
Okay.
A PlayStation game, which meant that I had to unbox my PlayStation 5 for the first time.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
This game is developed by Arc System Works.
Right.
It is Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
Yes.
So I'm going to run through it, and I'm going to do something very fancy with the stream for those watching on twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews. We're going to switch the scene because I've been playing it. And I have also captured footage of it that you can now see.
Look at that!
Yeah.
You can't see it there, but I can.
No, you will be able to later, or you can watch it. Yeah. So for those who are unsure about the game, it is the Marvel fighting game from Arc System Works that everyone thought might have been a Marvel vs. Capcom game, but it wasn't. It was an anime fighter, let's say. So it's a 4v4 tag fighter, which is a little bit inundating. I'm not gonna lie. It's very. It is a lot. But it's actually a little bit more simplistic, but a lot more deep than you think it would be in that respect. So, the way it works, and the beta itself, there only was 6 characters on show, so you can see 2 of them currently on screen at the moment. So Doctor Doom, Star-Lord, Storm, Captain America, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, and... I think so. Anyway, so is the game audio a little bit loud? I didn't realise. Anyway, whatever. It's I can't even hear it on my side anyway, so I didn't even know that was even a thing. But let's see if I can. It doesn't matter. Whatever. So yeah, there's 6 fighters available. You pick a team of 4. You have a point character, and then you have 3 assist characters. You can learn all 4 of the characters, but there is the ability to only use the other 3 characters as assist characters. So you can do whatever you like. So the vast majority of the time, I actually was playing a few of the characters. My team mainly consisted of Captain America, Storm, Miss Marvel, and Star-Lord. I quite liked them when I played them, and I tend to change around the characters that I was using quite a lot of the time as well. I mostly stick to Captain America for quite a lot of it. The way that it works is it's a 3-button attack fighter, so basically like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was, where you've got a light, medium and heavy version of buttons. You also have a special action button that basically goes like a special skill for each particular fighter. You also have an assist button, which each assist is programmed to either just a neutral button, the back, and X, or down and X. So obviously you have 3 other characters available, so you need to do various inputs to get them pulled in. Unlike Marvel vs. Capcom series, you can call multiple assists at the same time. So you can have Storm come in, and then you can have Miss Marvel come in almost instantaneously to do different kinds of moves. But also, once the assist comes out, there is an option to hold the X button to change that character actively. So you can move. So while you're in a combo state, you can bring the character in for an assist and then change them over once their assist is hit to keep them in hit state, and you carry on the combo with that particular character. And you can do that multiple times so long as the assist is actually ready to use, which is indicated by the triangle displayed by your health bar. There is also, there's a dash button available to you as well, but there's also like various different combinations for super combos. So there's 2 levels of super combos. So you'll have a bar at the bottom which is fills to about 150%. So one level of super combo takes 50% and the other takes 100%. But there are special powered up moves which do take a little bit of the X power basically. So it's another one of those games where you have to balance out whether or not you're going to use special powered up moves a lot to extend combos, or whether or not you're going to go for raw damage in terms of super combos. The interesting thing is that actually the game starts out initially as a 2v2 fighter, and you have, there are certain ways that you have to enable the other 2 characters into your team. These can be given to you at the end of each round that you have lost. So it's actually like basically first of 3 rounds wins the game. So you can potentially have up to like 5 rounds basically. So if you lose a round, you'll get one of the characters given to you automatically. But there are states that mean that you can get those characters early. So if you go towards the edge of the screen, you do a series of attack combos with the square button, and hit them into the next stage of the stage. So each stage has 3 sections. There was only one stage playable, by the way, which is so if you knock them into the next part of the stage, it calls your other assist available. So it meant you could then get a numerical advantage by having 3v2. But then the other person also has the ability to also do the same. So long as they can obviously hit the combo. This can be done on the ground, and it can also be done in the air. So if you hit them with a launcher and hit them with the combo towards the edge of the screen, it will hit them into that stage transition. Not gonna lie, this guy I was playing was absolutely ridiculously good with it. He was so good.
He's like totally kicking Miss Marvel.
I was playing as Miss Marvel at this point. And this is where I'd only just started playing as her, so I'd only just started figuring out her moves. So it's a surprisingly more deep system. I also found out that whilst most characters have a lot of mobility, Miss Marvel is one of those that doesn't have a lot. She's the only character in the cast that doesn't have an air dash. She doesn't have a dash, but she has a skill that means that she can dash around the screen unconventionally, as you can imagine. Right. A character with stretchy limbs means that she can stick to you in that respect. So, be like Spider-Man, a web swinging around the stage.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Mike. It is. It's a surprisingly more. It's an accessible game for those who are not very familiar with anime fighters, particularly. Obviously, this is very akin to an anime fighter like Dragon Ball FighterZ, or whatever you call it, or Guilty Gear, or BlazBlue. It's a little bit slower than something like Street Fighter, if that's what you're more used to. But I would say it's a lot more accessible because there's only a small amount of buttons, but there is an unbelievable amount of depth with the assist system and the combo system itself. Like, there's so much fluidity and so much room for improvisation. So you can have a little combo string and you can bring an assist to then extend. You can do loads of stuff with it. I was absolutely enamored with this game as I was playing it. I couldn't stop. I got to the point one Saturday morning where I was playing it. I was playing a game and I couldn't get out of it. And I was annoyed that I couldn't keep playing because it was one of those betas that was play tested for 4 to 5 hours at a time, and then another session would open a few hours later. And I didn't have a lot of time to play this over the weekend, but the times I did, I managed to play it as much as I could, and I got 4 hours of this in total. I have to give a big shout out to a person as well, and this is not the footage of them. You can go and find it now currently on the YouTube channel, Rapid Reviews UK, or Rapid Reviews, sorry. One of the writers, the Temp Plays on YouTube, managed to join me in the lobby to play about an hour of games this morning, and it was great. So big shout out to Temp. He was only just learning the game, and I'd been playing it a little bit more than him. But he held his own and he did really well. To be fair, we both really like fighting games, so we both agreed that whilst it's not our usual kind of fighting game, we're absolutely fighting day one. Visually, it's stunning. You can see it probably in the video itself if you're watching. It's a stunning looking game in motion. It runs absolutely flawlessly. I don't think there was any issues with netcode as well. Considering this game is still very early, I was pleasantly surprised at how robust that netcode is. in the top of the screen, just above the health bar and the timer counter, there is an actual display there that says like how many frames of rollback you're currently having, what your ping is. And I only ever got a game that had no more than 2 frames of rollback and no more than like 40 ms, which is really decent for a closed beta. That is surprisingly good, and there were a lot of people playing this. Surprisingly for being how close it was, there was a lot on there who were enjoying this game. And I've seen people talking about how they absolutely love playing this. I wish it was out now. I'm not gonna lie, I want it to be out now, but I'm gonna have to wait until next year for it, because this has now gone to the very top of my wish list for 2026, and probably will mean that I will have to buy a PS Plus subscription just to play it, because my god was I completely enamored with this, and I want to play so much more of it. So yeah, keep an eye out on Marvel Tokon, Fighting Souls, when it comes out for PS5 next year. I'm not sure if there's a PC release for it yet, but going on PlayStation's current live service state is. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a PC option, because on the lobby system it does enable crossplay, which I'm surprised because it's only PS5, but that clearly shows that they have the intention to probably bring this to PC at some point as well.
Right.
So, yeah, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. What a game. And what's it say?
It looks great.
It's incredible. The character design is absolutely ridiculous as well. Like, Doom just looks so unbelievably anime, and so does Iron Man. Iron Man literally looks like a Gundam warrior, and he's like, it looks so much more cool in person. I mean, Storm is incredible, but so I might have played as Captain America quite a lot, but eventually towards the end of the time I started playing a bit of Star-Lord, and Star-Lord is cool, like, he's a really good zoning character. He does get beaten out by Doom quite a lot, because Doom is just a monster. He is absolutely significantly amazing in this game, like he is in pretty much everything. But after a while I started picking up Ms. Marvel and Storm, and I really like both of those characters. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't even like Ms. Marvel as a character from comics, but she plays so awesomely in this game. So I might end up mainly as part of the game. But even Captain America, like Captain Judy, is one of the most boring characters in the cast, but even he is ridiculously cool. Like, he has a skill actually where he can throw out his shield, but so one of his normal skills is throwing it like across the screen, diagonally across the screen, like up to the screen. But when it comes back to you, if you press his skill, he can actually kick it infinitely. So you can just keep using it as a projectile as long as you want. It's really cool. This is unbelievable. Nano just said that the release is on PS5 and PC, so yeah, it is going to be on PC as well. That might sway my decision, because I don't know, I've got recommended stuff. Right. Yeah, believe you me, I'll be talking a hell of a lot more about this in 2026. So that's me for this week, and I'm going to switch our scene back. There we go.
Woo!
So yeah, please go and check out the YouTube video. It's about an hour's worth of beta footage that I took today.
Excellent.
Awesome. Kylie, what you been doing? What you been playing?
So, I actually need to pull that up, don't I? I do.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah. Come on, if you're coming up. The problem is, this week I got very, very sick.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, it sucks. But I did start the week. Okay, I don't know what they want. They're begging to get up. Oh my gosh, he's so little. He's trying to jump up.
Oh, bless.
He has tiny little leggies.
Oh my god.
Little leggies. Oh, there's Paulo. I can't be left out.
I don't leave him out. Never leave him.
So I think I only got 2 things played this week because, like I said, I was not in a good place. I was very sick. Yes, as Dana said, Monday we played Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Thought I might as well bite the bullet and play. And funnily enough, there's 2 times there where Tiny Tina and I said the same exact thing at the same exact time. So maybe everyone is right. But chat really enjoyed it.
What do you think of the game itself, though?
I'm only in the beginning. So far, I actually really like it. It's very much got Borderland mechanics in the background, you know, but done in an RPG style. But it's still Borderlands, if that makes sense. Like, you still get your random weapon loots and, you know. No, Paulo, don't do that.
Don't. No. No. Don't leave me on my own.
So chat liked it so much that we're gonna continue it on with
Fair.
it. It was very cool. Oh yeah, maybe you can hear him. He sounds like a little dragon when he growls. He goes, you should growl for the people at home. Anyway, but maybe not while I'm holding you. And then we played Shadows over Loathing, which was very enjoyable fun.
Shadows over Loathing?
Yes. It's kind of like Stickman RPG.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
Fair play.
It's really good. Did you hear him?
Yeah.
He's tiny little. But yeah, that's all that happened this week. Because then I got really sick and I couldn't move, and then I died, and then I came back. I'm immortal.
You're Jesus.
In case you didn't know that. Jesus or the Highlander. Maybe both. Maybe some. Maybe none.
Highlander Jesus.
Highlander Jesus. That's it. So, yeah, but next week I've got a couple of things planned. There is a game on Game Pass that I really want to play. It keeps getting recommended to me, and it's now available on Game Pass, so I'll be playing that next week too.
I'm interested to know what it is.
It's FPS, and that's all I'm going to tell you right now.
Cool. Tell me afterwards.
So, yes. So that concludes today's... Okay, now I've put both of the dogs down. I can think. But yeah, no, that wraps. I can't think. They're actually fighting underneath the desk.
Sweet.
So.
Yeah, I could hear that one.
I know. But they're like, it's play fighting. It's not.
Yeah.
They love each other very much. You should have seen them this morning. It was adorable.
Yeah, it's kind of like
they sleep like in arms, each other's arms. It's very cute. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's kind of like the same thing when my cat just decides to absolutely go to town on my arm by biting me. He's not actually doing it, but to be vicious.
No,
it's play.
just, yeah.
It's his idea of play. It's like, no, this hurty.
Apparently, it's to help teach them what is a painful bite and what's a playful bite. I didn't know that. That's how they learn.
Awesome.
Is fighting with each other. Okay, but I'm going to turn this back over to Pete for real now, and he's going to talk about our news stories.
Yeah. We're going to do it.
And then I'm going to probably try not to rant. I probably will rant.
Fair enough. Nana said that the game is Battlefield 6.
Not exactly.
He did laugh. It's fine.
Yeah.
So.
Because that will be played. We know that. That's
we know it.
One of those.
We know it. So.
We've been knowing. Like First Light, which I know is coming up in your subject.
You suck. You've literally just taken the first story, and I was going to build to it by going, I spoke about a game that's coming in 2026 that I'm excited about. You can add another one to the list because IO Interactive's Project 007 or 007 First Light, as it is officially called now.
It's a stupid name.
Got a special Sony State of Play during the week. It was around 50 odd minutes.
And I watched it.
And so did I.
Sweet, we actually did a thing.
You actually done homework for once. I am pleasantly surprised, and wait, it's IO Interactive, of course you did. So I am interested from you, more than anything, what were your impressions?
Do you want me to do that? Do you want to give any background or anything?
Actually, you've got a good point. Let's talk about the actual game itself. So, this basically went full in, like, we're not going to talk over this. We're just going to show gameplay. There was some stuff cut out for obvious reasons, probably due to spoilers.
Yes.
And we can accept that. So basically this set up as like an initial, like, let's call it an intelligence mission or a recon mission to start. So you're in a very nice Jaguar car driving up to a stately manor. Like, you are playing.
Been an Aston Martin.
You are the Aston Martin comes later.
Okay.
The Aston Martin did come later.
That.
So
yes, okay.
You are driving up with a client or with someone who's obviously under deep cover. Clearly another 00. And you're driving up because the aim of the mission is that you're trying not to spook a certain 009. So you make your way up and you are the chauffeur and you are told specifically as Bond to stay in the parking lot. Which, this is Bond we're talking about. Of course he's never going to do that. So
it'd be a very boring game if it did.
Yeah, you then start to something happens where I think it's one of the catering staff dumps something a little bit auspicious. So Bond's mind goes a bit crazy and therefore starts to tail them. It starts to show you how the infiltration will work, some of the gadgets will work, including the spy watch that can dizzy people, of course. Yes. The stealth mechanics, such as hiding in bushes, didn't show any costume changes, but it showed one. It did show a costume change. Okay, so showed costume changes, but showed how the environmental analysis will work and how you can find your way in, and obviously how you're going to be able to sweet talk people round into believing your story. So tried to get through from a guard, couldn't get through to them, so had to find another way to get past them, which is fine. I think what he did is he found a brush to set on fire, which then distracted the guards, which meant that he could then jump in the bushes and scale the side of the building.
But I'll talk about that in a second.
Then you have a smooth talking moment where he talks to one of the staff where he's like, I'm not supposed to be here, and he says something and I can't remember what it was, but it was like, this is cool, it's fine. Then obviously you start to tail them and you're like through this massive like party, and then it sort of cuts, doesn't it? Yes. Where you're doing a chase scene, where it cuts back to you running out into the parking garage. 009 has made his way off, and you then pick up the Aston Martin, and you're driving through the streets, chasing them down, going through various different environments, including down the roads. It shows the driving mechanics itself. Shows certain paths will end up being blocked, which means that you then have to obviously change your direction. Obviously never got outrun at all, despite the fact that they were clearly in a very much a newer Aston Martin, but you're in an older one, and there was how the hell does the horsepower work? I don't know, but
I'm totally going to talk about that here.
I'm sure you will, but it then comes into a section where obviously it then goes, right, you need to initiate combat now. Your car is parked up, you have been given the license to kill.
Yes.
And this is where all hell breaks loose, because this is where it starts to show all the gun mechanics, such as the quick switching, the various different types of weaponry that you're going to be using, including machine guns, pistols, and shotguns, such as using the environment to your advantage and disadvantage. And then you start to chase up to a plane that starts to get away, in which you are chasing it in a flight of stairs. One of those airport flights of stairs on wheels. Yes. And that's basically where it ended. That was the gameplay itself. They then came out and basically revealed who is playing James Bond. I can't remember the gentleman's
name. Is it a Scottish guy?
It was an Irish guy, actually.
Oh, Irish, okay.
It was an Irish guy. So I cannot remember his name. I apologise. I've got an article here. And
I have thoughts on that, too.
We shall, but I can't see who it is. But anyway, they then went, we just showed you completely untouched gameplay of how a scenario would work. They then started to break down how the actual mechanics would work. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, I really liked how they broke it all down, because seeing it, Patrick Gibson, he was in one of the Dexter series, apparently. Oh, thank you, Nana, for clarifying that. So they started to break down how it all works. Whilst it was in motion during the actual game itself. I could see them sort of in play, but them going into a lot more detail about it really showed like the different ways that you could obviously encounter a mission and how you could probably do it, which I really liked. Obviously, they talked about like how you could break the handle off of a door so a guard couldn't come back through the door and you could sneak past them that way. Or you could take one of them out and then use the other one to your advantage to do so. It was very cool, and it feels... I've stayed away from saying it so far, but I'm gonna do it now. It felt...
I'm just gonna repeat it.
It felt very Hitman in the fact that you had a lot of choice in how you encountered a mission.
So, for me, Mike Tindo is right. Think Hitman, but vodka martinis.
Yep.
Its strength and its weakness, its greatest strength and its greatest weakness is it's Hitman.
Mm-hmm.
It's even using some of the same assets. I recognize a lot of the background scenery because I literally play Hitman a lot.
I know you do.
It's not quite every day now, but it is at least once a week. I love Hitman. We know this is established. But for anyone who's new, I like to play Hitman. But it has made some improvements on the formula, and it's not the traditional weapons wheel thing. So
no, it's not.
I flipping hate weapons wheels.
So do I.
The
I
quick
think they
switching,
suck.
I love the quick switching.
I'm just going to stop you there. I actually really like the fact that once he was out of ammo, he threw the gun at someone, was like, that'll do.
Yeah. There's another game that does that. I don't remember what it is.
I don't recall, but I did like that touch. It was like, right, I'm done with that gun. Screw it. I'm just going to throw it at someone's head.
It might be GTA. I don't remember. But I kind of lost my thought there.
My bad.
Yeah, so its greatest asset and its greatest weakness. It is a Hitman game. The parts that okay, full on. I'm getting it first day of release. It's probably going to be my game of the year next year. I know that's jumping the gun, but let's be honest.
Hang on, wait. You missed the chance to say that's jumping the golden gun.
Oh, I should have said that. But so straight off the bat, it's got good mechanics. The aiming system, the gun mechanics look great. I have no issue with that. That smooth as butter, flicking the lighter and lighting that, you know, hay bale or whatever. I don't remember, sticks, whatever.
Well, yeah,
Some
it was like
stuff.
it was dead fauna in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, and he just like that was so cool. I squealed when I saw that.
Yep.
Here's the things, and what I have to say has nothing to do with the actual game or the gameplay. I still hate the name First Light.
It's not the best, is it? But I understand where... Like, this has been a common theme for, like, the James Bond movies, like, for quite a while now. Like, Skyfall, Quantum of Solace.
Solace.
Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, or Spectre. Like,
I mean,
No Time to
Skyfall...
Die. No, that sucks. It still sucks.
First Light sucks.
Look, Die Another Day.
I like Die Another Day.
No, Die Another Day is terrible because it was just
It's like Live and Let Live. It's
no, but it was like it was done much better with Tomorrow Never Dies.
I like Tomorrow Never Dies.
There you go. It just felt a little bit lazy.
I like things about dying, apparently.
Clearly.
Yeah, but I said this before, and I'm going to say it forever. I love James Bond because it is the quintessential charming British
misogynist.
Gentleman. He's yeah. I mean, yeah. But he's classy, but he's got charm, and he can charm anyone, and the whole thing is much like Agent 47, you know, he can become anything. I'm not a fan of this 007, and I think I know why. Even though I've now seen Patrick Gibson, and I realize how much they did base it on him.
They did, yeah.
But seeing him the first time, or seeing the character, it really, really, really reminded me of Archer.
It did for me as well, yeah.
Archer is literally
a parody.
The guy. Well, it is a parody, but the guy who created it, I've just blanked out on his name, and I used to know it so well.
Oh God!
I know, She's been out in the news for so long, it just goes whoosh. But
Bloody hell.
He created Archer by taking every face of 007 Bond and morphing them into one face, and that's how Archer got his looks. This guy looks so much like Archer, and maybe that's what they were going for, I don't know. But he also has this weird, the guy who played Spider-Man quality.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I never remember his name.
Tobey Maguire?
The young kid. No, the young kid.
Tom Holland.
That one. I will never remember his name forever. I don't know why. Because he just doesn't look like a Tom Holland, I guess. But anyway, he looks like him. And there's not, I don't know, I get that this is probably the same as Crystal Dynamics' version of Lara Croft. They're young and inexperienced. Okay, but I said this on my stream, and I'm going to say it here. You don't become cool. You're born with it. You are born charismatic. You're born intelligent. You're born, a certain way. You aren't forged in the battles.
Do you mean
fire.
The creator of Archer, Adam Reed?
Adam Reed, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
I like almost everything he does, but anyway, that's a story for another. But so what they've done is they've given Bond the same treatment that they gave Lara Croft, because I'm American, over at Crystal Dynamics, which is they stripped her of all of her cool things.
Yeah.
And they just got like this skinny little girl who freaks out because she killed a person.
And then goes and spends the rest of the day killing people.
Like, no, that's just what she does. And I'm like, this is not my Lara. I need big boobs and a bloodthirsty person.
Big boobs.
Who has no problem.
Big boobies, intelligent, but also cunning. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Cool.
Suave.
Don't do that. Well,
this is what we want for. This is what you want for Bond. You want him to be cool, sophisticated, suave, intelligent, but also deadly.
Yeah, and see, Nana says counterpoint. He's not meant to be cool yet. This is how he becomes cool. People don't become cool. They don't. You're born badass or not. Life doesn't one thing they used to love to do is for females to become badass. They'd have them go through like SA. Mm-hmm. And then they'd come out and be like, okay, that's not realistic.
No.
Usually when women are SA'd, they go hide and go away from the world. And that's it. They don't turn into badasses. You're born a badass. And so same thing with Bond. He didn't just be like, I'm a nerdy little guy who's just joined MI6.
And now I'm absolutely jacked.
Now I'm badass. And I'm jacked. I look awesome. I have charisma, and I know how to order a martini.
Sorry, what's the word that some of the youngsters use? I'm yoked.
Is that what they
I don't know. I heard the expression once before.
I know that chopped means ugly. That's all I know.
Okay.
That's the only thing I know. And then that might not even be a thing anymore. But that's my thing. I don't I know prequels have been a thing for the last 15 years or whatever. Prequels is a cool idea. I like it.
Yeah.
But they're doing this weird kind of weakling little Captain America without his serum.
Yeah, I
The
agree.
only reason Captain America became anything was because he got injected with the serum.
That's wrong. He always had it in him.
Yes. I'm sorry, Pete. You are correct.
Go watch Neville Watchers.
Yes.
It's almost like I covered it in full.
Maybe that's the wish fulfillment. Nana says, I will say, Kylie has a point, because the Legend games do have her just kill every monster.
Monster.
On site. It's
Monster.
true. Monster. I forget Munster's a place.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. In the context of Bond, yes. Because he's never had this sort of story. I agree. Don't get me wrong. I'm sitting here saying the downsides are nowhere near enough to put me off. I'm going to play it and I'm going to love it.
So I would say actually in terms of video games, Bond has never had a true origin story, but obviously when it comes to the films, because both Casino Royales would be considered that way. So good. That's what I mean, both of them, because obviously they are, in terms of the movies, they raise the point, someone did, is that the guy who's playing it, Patrick Gibson, is only 30, so he's the youngest person to play Bond.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Obviously, in the context of this is playing him in a video game, but most of the time when we've had a Bond video game, it's been a licensed version.
Also, Mike is backing you up 100%.
Yes, he did.
But then that kind of does go to my point.
I know.
Be born with it.
Yeah, he was born with it, but just didn't have the body capable to do so. But he always had the heart.
Yes.
And he would never give up.
That's well, see, there you go. That's kind of my point.
Yeah, but so my general thoughts of this, if you hadn't already understood, I don't play Hitman at all. I like the concept of them, but I can't play them. I've played the initial ones years ago, and they were so unbelievably complex that I just never got into them. So I've stayed away from the Hitman series for many years, but I've always had a passing interest in having a look at them. I've always watched Kiley play them because she loves the series, and they are just good fun. They're great games to just watch and see the kind of nonsense you can get up to.
You can throw a dented can of pasta at people's heads.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it offers a wealth of different ways in which you can complete a mission. It's great, and I love that aspect. Now, I'm not Bond's biggest fan, and I haven't been for a very long time. I think
right, okay. I will say that I am a big fan of Bond, not any of the new things.
No, I haven't been a fan since at least Casino Royale, and even then, I've not been a big fan of them anyway. I always liked them, but not to the point where I was going to own every single one of them on DVD.
I have, and I've shown it before on here, but I have.
Do you have the box set?
No, I have that. No, I bought the globe. That's actually, they used it in Glorious Bastards as well.
Oh,
the
yes,
globe
of
that's
course.
Also a liquor cabinet. That's because I loved Bond so much as a kid. I went and bought it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Skyfall's okay. It was probably a best of a bad, one of the best of the bad bunch in terms of the Craig movies. But, yeah I've never been the biggest fan. But holy crap, did this look amazing. It
does. I can't fault it.
Right.
I'm still, like I said, I'm going to play it.
I mean, I said it at the start of it, add another game onto, the 2026 list of things that I'm going to be picking up day one. And without a doubt, I will be picking this game up because it looks incredible.
You know what? I just realized something, Pete.
Go on.
And you can use this against me.
No.
If you want in the future.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know how you would because I'm usually in agreement with you. But anyway, you know how, those nerd boys were, all mad because the chick from that PlayStation game had, facial hair or whatever? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Do you mean the Naughty Dog game?
No, but also that one. We can even say that. Anytime there's a game out and the lead character is, not hot.
Yeah.
Then the
Oh, no, there was some hot characters in this.
Yes. Well, no, here's what I was going to say.
Except for Bond.
I think I'm one of those nerd guys who are I said I'm not mad or anything, but I'm I'm not attracted to Bond, so...
No, Bond should be... Bond should be hot.
Bond should be hot, he should. To male and female.
Yeah, he should.
Because it's like Deadpool. It's he's supposed to charm everyone.
Oh, yeah, that's one of his key traits, is that he is a charming fellow. And some charm comes attractiveness.
Yes.
You have to woo your way in, which is quite typical. I'm going to be interested to see how they do that kind of thing in the game, though.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a charm system to it?
There has to be, because, for real, that's such a big part of who Bond is.
Yeah.
The classic Bond, which is, don't do that.
Trying to bite the ear.
Yes. He is a womanizer.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but he is a womanizer, and that's part of his whole thing. I just can't see this Bond doing that.
Yeah.
The art of seduction, exactly.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, and that's another thing.
Go on.
There should be hot chicks. I mean, they're not my thing, but I also appreciate that they are very much part of the Bond, system, the backbone.
Yeah, and they should also have sexual pun names too.
Yes.
Yes.
I still can't believe they got away with some of the stuff they got away with.
Oh, I know.
But they did. But I mean, and then they should just have everybody coming out of the ocean, male and female alike.
Oh, absolutely.
And then everybody will be happy.
Everyone's happy.
Sit there and go.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I said this when they first initially announced this as Project 007 all those years ago. They picked the perfect developer to make a 007 game, and this really shows that they made the absolute right call to choose IO Interactive to make that game. Or IO Interactive pitched a hell of a game to Amazon NGN.
Yeah. Well, again, I know I'm saying some negative stuff towards.
Yeah, but you're allowed to say, you know, you're not going to be enamored with absolutely everything.
Yeah, well, I still think it's the perfect developer. I love the mechanics that we got to see in the gameplay. I was going to say trailer, that's not really what it is. Footage.
Well,
and I'm still excited to play it.
Oh, I'm down. I had no interest in this before, but now my interest has skyrocketed to 9.
Oh. Did you notice 2 things? One, the physical combat was very, very similar to Batman.
Yes.
Like Arkham Asylum.
Oh, the hand-to-hand combat definitely felt that way.
That's what I meant, hand-to-hand.
Yeah.
Did you notice that the the security guard that he was punching out was bald?
Yeah.
And dressed in black?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that was Agent 47.
I did notice a couple of characters that looked very similar. I thought that might have been quite a nod to it.
I was like, I know what you're doing.
Oh, of course. You knew that they were going to reference it somewhere.
Mike says, gotta love Miss Galore.
Yes, because we can't say the full name.
Isn't that weird? That's from like the 60s.
I know, it's so stupid. But yeah.
Oh, that's my rant for later. I don't want to talk
about it. But anyway, so they also announced obviously pricing, you know, special editions. There's going to be a 3-day early edition. But it is coming out 26th of March 2026. So a good start to the year, I would say. I've just been called a wussy. Or is that Danka just saying wussy galore?
Oh, that's going to be my new name.
I think I might have to call the episode Wussy Galore.
I think so.
Yeah, lovely.
Yep, that's it. That's the episode title.
Okay, cool. Right, shall we move on to some other news? Because obviously you've had a chance to fawn at 007.
I have. Well, he's not high enough, but
no, but you've had a chance to fawn at the game, not him.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Keep it in your pants, you misandrist.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're not allowed hot people anymore.
Yeah, if I have to stare at his butt the whole time, it should look good to me. That's like an actual argument I heard dudes use.
Oh, I know.
And I'm not totally against it or anything. It's just maybe be a little more circumspect.
Look, if I have to stare at 007 the whole time, I want him to have a massive dumper.
What's a dump in that truck?
Yeah, exactly. Like that goes both ways.
Yes, like Bond.
Yeah, exactly. I can't even make a good transition to the next story because nothing works for this story for that. So let's just get into it, shall we? Because one of the most hotly anticipated sequels of this year, or well, of all time, I would say, released this week. It's an indie darling.
Oh, wait. Okay, yes, I know.
So, Team Cherry's much anticipated Metroidvania sequel, Hollow Knight Silk Song, caused technical issues across virtually all major storefronts when it released on Thursday, with many players left unable to access the game. Yep. So, shortly after Silk Song, the most wish-listed title on Steam went live. Users reported being unable to access its game on Steam or purchase the title on Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. Oof. Players had more luck purchasing the game remotely via PlayStation and Xbox websites or apps and accessing that way, but otherwise it was one final frustrating wait for players who've long awaited Silk Song's release. On Nintendo Switch systems, Nintendo was even forced to take the Switch store offline for maintenance. At the time of publishing, Switch and Switch 2 stores remain offline. So this was published on the Thursday, I believe, when the article went live. So there's a load of it in the article itself, which will be linked after the fact. You can see a lot of people posting images of what actually happened. So Silk Song has been subject to significant fan anticipation since it was announced 6 years ago. With virtually every major game show prompting speculation about when it could finally reappear. So, It obviously got a date drop like less than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that's, let's be honest, it probably caused issues in that sense, because when you have a hotly anticipated game like this, especially one from, well, let's say, like a AAA developer, preloading is generally a thing. I don't know if they had time to prep the preload.
Right.
And especially because it's a small indie company. Yes, okay, they made a butt ton of money on Hollow Knight, but they're still a very small indie company with a very small amount of employees. So they might have anticipated that there was going to be high demand, but maybe not quite to this level. Although the original Hollow Knight did sell 15 million copies.
Yeah, that's always crazy to me. It's a good game. I'm not against it. It's just, people really love that game.
And do you want to know what one of the greatest things about this game, and probably why it caused so many issues?
What?
It's only $20.
Oh, right. Yes.
In a time when people are complaining about the price of video games, a hotly anticipated sequel comes out for only 20 quid or $20. So, if you subscribe to Game Pass, the Xbox console PC versions will also be available from day one as part of your subscription. So, yeah. Sweet. Awesome. I will never play this.
Yeah, I'm not either. It's not my thing.
No, it's not my thing. It looks really nice, I'm not gonna lie. But Metroidvanias just aren't my bag, baby.
I played Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
That's what I played.
Awesome.
And then I didn't play anything else after that.
Yeah. For me, it's just Metroidvanias. Metroidvanias just don't interest me in any way. Like, I have no issue with the large scale maps. It's the constant backtracking when you have to go back to a certain area with a skill and all of that. So
I have to be in the mood for doing all that, but I'm so story heavy right now. I prefer stories. Yeah,
and that's the thing, is like I've tried so many occasions to get into them, like with all the Metroid games, Metroid Dread, like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and just every time I just can't get into it. Like you do that thing of where you play it and then you stop playing it and then you come back to it and you don't remember where you are, so you start again, and then you go through the old doom loop of like, oh, I've got to start again, and then do the same thing again because you have other things on your plate to play. It just happens. You can't do anything about it. But yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's not my kind of game, but I'm so glad that people are out there like really enjoying the game, because it is currently like, from this year, it's now top of the Steam charts for most played game of the year.
I will say this: I'm happy to see any game, whether I like it personally or not, have a rabid, passionate fan base, because that means that they're still passionate in gaming. That means they're still going to make it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it keeps it going. Of course, yeah.
I do feel like there's going to be an unfortunate issue with this one, and it's already started with certain spheres with some YouTubers and that this is going to send the completely like wrong, I wouldn't say the wrong message, but you're going to get people latching onto this like they did with Expedition 33 and say this game shows everything wrong with the AAA video game industry. And it's like, two things can be right at the same time. The indie scene can be thriving, and the AAA scene can also be crap, but then the AAA scene can also bring some bangers. And the indie scene has a lot of slop, or a lot of rehashes, you know.
People get caught up in the politics of gaming,
and I think that's
politics of gaming.
Yeah, and, that's it.
They forget the games themselves.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, because
just play it and like it. If you don't like it, that's great. That's fine. If you like it, great too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are there to, like, I wouldn't say virtue signal about it, but to clearly like push an agenda in some respect. Just play video games and enjoy it. That's the thing. Just play the game and enjoy the game. If you enjoy the game, talk about the game. If you don't like the game, fine. Tell people why you don't like the game and leave it at that. Yeah, we have said that there are things wrong with the video game industry. We're allowed to. We're allowed to voice our opinions on that. Absolutely. But don't use it to completely browbeat people down into a certain way of thinking.
Well, my thing is this: at what point does a person stop enjoying the games they play start hating on literally everything that crosses their path. There has to be a line somewhere.
It happens with movies, it happens with TV, it does, like with any entertainment medium, it does happen.
It's just it's crazy, because then it's like, well, are you banking on nostalgia? Is that what it is, that you're just sad that games aren't the same as they were when you were a kid? Do you really find fault with these games? Are you just a miserable person and you just want everyone else to be miserable too? I've had to stop following people for that reason. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I mean, I didn't necessarily completely get along with Donkey Kong Bonanza. Right. I understand why people absolutely love that game, and fair play to them. You saw something more than I did. I thought it was okay. I didn't have an inherent issue with it. But it's a game that I wouldn't have paid the money for if I had the choice.
Yeah, which, again, that's
my issue with the game. It's not worth the money that Nintendo were charging for it.
But nowadays, I spend a lot of my time on YouTube more than anywhere else, because I've got some stuff I'm trying to figure out. More about that later in this episode. But I spend a lot of time on YouTube, and there are people who just post negative post about games. You know, negative game. I don't like this game. It's like, do you like anything? Is there any joy in your life? Does anything make you smile? Because if not, maybe this is not the place for you. You know, you shouldn't be giving game reviews. Maybe you should go review something you actually like.
Sure, I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's move on to the next story, because this one's a bit, I wouldn't say it's a sour note, but it's one that's a bit more personal to myself. Because, and I'm not going to lie, I think VGC, the source on this one, were particularly looking for an angle on this one to start, and you'll understand why when I read the opening statement of it. A Saudi Arabia-backed firm has become the co-owner of Evo, the popular fighting game event.
I have heard that.
You can see the angle in which they're probably going for. And so RTS, the co-owner of Evo, has been acquired by Qiddiya.
Sure.
Yeah, it announced on Tuesday. Qiddiya is a managed Riyadh mega project supported by the Saudi Arabian's Public Investment Fund. I will talk more about that in a bit, because I think there might be a small issue about conflict of interest. Anyway, quote, excited to share that Qiddiya has acquired full ownership of RTS, a strategic step that will further strengthen our esports business and unlock new opportunities across the broader gaming ecosystem, wrote Chief Strategy Officer Manad Alderwood on LinkedIn. Alderwood, sorry. Quote, and most importantly, this will enable Qiddiya to keep fueling the continued growth of Evolution Championship Series, EVO, the world's largest fighting game event since 1996.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit of a history for those who are unsure about EVO. EVO started out initially just as a Street Fighter tournament in the Bay Area of San Francisco, I think it was, and the tournament itself was called Battle by the Bay.
Oh, right.
And they played on arcade machines because it was held in an arcade. So it then grew in scope over many years, and obviously it moved from LA to Las Vegas, and has been currently on the expanse over the last couple of years, because they've had Evo Japan for the last couple, and this year sees Evo Europe going on to its first showing, and one will be there to probably live stream from the event at some point. Who knows?
Who knows? That would be very cool.
If not, I'll probably try and do a podcast whilst I'm there, because why not?
Why not?
So, quote, this milestone paves the way for setting new heights in the evolution of EVO towards achieving the aspirations of the fighting game community. So, the news comes weeks after Sony Interactive Entertainment sold its stake in EVO to esports group Nodwin, ending a 4-year period as co-owner. Nodwin co-owns the event alongside RTS. So, anyway, That's basically it. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about this because this is a bit more of a personal story to me. Because as someone who's actually attended an Evo tournament and will be attending another one this year, I really like the series of tournaments. I think that the way that they've done things over the last few years, especially since 2019, it gets better and better every year. It gets more broader in scale. Like the showmanship on like at hand for every single one of the commentators, presenters, and everything that does the jobs there, and the staff are incredible. They do a great job. I think there's a reason why it keeps growing and growing, and why it keeps having investment, because fighting games as a whole are getting larger and larger, and it's getting to the point where it's coming. I wouldn't say it's anywhere close to like shooters like Fortnite and Call of Duty and those kinds of series, but they have set out the absolute niche in terms of fighting games, and every single company that produces a fighting game absolutely loves the Evo series, even to the point where Marvel Tokon was actually, like, bringing it back to the game that I played earlier, was first just shown in a public scale at Evo this year. It was playable there, and the build we got was clearly the Evo build. Right. Because I don't remember seeing a lot of the same footage. But it's fine. Like, you know, we have announcements every year from, like, Bandai Namco, Capcom, like, and all the likes there, just revealing new characters or new games and as such. So it's clearly something that seems to be entertaining the broader audience and the gaming companies as a whole, which is great. They've done a great job doing so. They've had their problems. Let's not lie. Let's not get over the fact that one of the members of the management team was unceremoniously thrown out of there for being a nonce. But yeah, they got past that, and they managed to pull through it.
They did.
Where I do have an issue with this now is that there is now a conflict of interest with the Saudi Public Investment Fund, because they now own Evo, and they also own SNK.
Yes, they do. That's right.
So does that then mean that any SNK game that now comes out, including Fatal Fury City of the Wars, and the next King of Fighters game, or inevitably, potentially in the future, SNK versus Capcom, like a new version of that, is that automatically going to be on the roster because it actually helps their cause?
See, I think it would be.
Well, that's what I worry about, because they're not the highest viewership. They are great games, but they don't always entertain the highest spectator and participant numbers, because they're a little bit more technical fighters. Then that's fine. Still fighting you two. Well, now I'm talking about fighting games, but that doesn't mean that you can do it. But yeah, it's
play fighting.
I know, but so I have a little bit of a concern about this one. Obviously, you know, due to human rights concerns as well. Yeah. There is a big issue about where the money is coming from and how much participation they are going to have, apart from whether or not, if they're just going to be a silent backer or whether they're going to have active participation. Either way, the money that is being filtered through, there is a grey area, let's say, or an issue. So, yeah, I have my concerns, but I can... if I'm putting my business head on, which I'm not a business person, I have to say this is probably a solid move in terms of business. From an optics aspect, it's not the best look.
Yeah, they would probably need to get some trust in the community first.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but people seem to embrace SNK despite the fact, because SNK is a brand that's been around for many, many years.
Yes.
And I would imagine at this sort of stage in life where Evo is nearly 30 years old at this point. Yeah, 1996.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. I think that there's a goodwill there and a name that's been built up over years that they could probably get past this one with not a lot of issue. There might be a few people who go, I'm not going to support them now. And that's fine. You're welcome to do so. I mean, I probably wouldn't have bought my ticket if it wasn't, like, if this had happened before the ticketing for Evo France came out. I probably wouldn't have done.
Right.
But if it doesn't affect the actual tournament itself, I don't know if I've got that much of an issue with it, because ultimately I'm there to have a fun time and enjoy myself.
Yeah.
And if nothing changes in that respect, I don't know what else to say. I can't control everything in the world.
No. You just do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And if it's fun, enjoy yourself.
There you go.
And it's not hurting anyone. And they're not hurting anyone.
Yeah, exactly. So take of this what you will. If you don't want to support Evo, feel free. Okay.
Agreed.
Cool. Let's talk about failing upwards, shall we?
Oh gosh. Okay.
Because let's talk about Rare, shall we? Because that's a company that's probably failed upwards for quite a long period of time, apart from Sea of Thieves.
Have they though? Well, okay. Sea of Thieves. Good point. Yeah.
Not specifically talking about the company as a whole, but about a particular executive, let's say. So the executive producer of Rare's cancelled Everwild game has been given a new role inside Xbox Game Studios.
Yes.
So Louise O'Connor, a 25-year-old company veteran who first worked on Nintendo 64's Conker's Bad Fur Day, was among those affected by Everwild's cancellation after overseeing the project since its inception a decade ago. However, O'Connell has been given a new role inside Xbox Game Studios as its chief of staff, which is ironic. Game gets cancelled and pretty much kiboshed half of their staff, and she gets a promotion to chief of staff at Xbox.
That was definitely a deal. There was some deal made in order for that to happen.
Yeah,
Staff isn't a position, by the way.
No. Nana, I did say this is potential free stories that are part of the Point and Rage. So let's see how Kiley enacts with this one.
Yeah.
Or how
there's a backroom deal.
Yeah. So O'Connor was one of Rare's most senior creators, having previously served at the UK Studios head of animation and its head of its incubation team. Christ. Notably, O'Connor's boss of 13 years, former Rare studio head Craig Duncan, was appointed the head of Xbox Game Studios last year. Right. It's almost like he's employing his friends.
I knew it. I knew it.
Microsoft confirmed the cancellation of Everwild as part of significant company-wide layoffs in July. Reportedly saw as many as 9,000 people laid off across all departments, including Rare. As part of the cuts, many senior members of Everwild's team lost their jobs. Notably, one senior creative affected by Everwild's cancellation was Greg Mayles. Mayles was by far Rare's most experienced and influential game designer and left the studio after 35 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
And also the fact of the matter is that Rare celebrated their 40th anniversary this year. I forgot to add this in as part of the stories, and I thought it was hilarious at the time. Xbox didn't even acknowledge that anniversary because 8-Bit Do did with an actual Rare controller.
Oh, goodness.
A Rare 40th anniversary controller by a third-party company, not by the company that actually frickin' owns them.
They've never been good about Rare. They just haven't been placed. Y'all are being loud.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this probably about the only way that I can. Microsoft have completely butt-fooked Rare in a major way.
They have. And I've never really forgiven them.
My Christ. They get them in. Okay, I understand that Grab by the Ghoulies was kind of a passion project. It was a game that they wanted to make. Fine. I totally respect that.
Yeah.
But then you move them on and make frickin' Kinect Sports and the avatars for frickin' Xbox 360 for the longest period of time. What the hell is wrong with you?
That's... For any newcomers out there who don't know who Rare is, they were some of the most creative, most successful games out there.
Well, let's just say it because it's in the article. Donkey Kong Country, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Grab by the Ghoulies, Viva Pinata, Conker's Bad Fur Day, just to name a few.
That's not great.
Just to name the few.
Yeah. I mean, I've often talked of my love of Viva Pinata and Viva Pinata 2, which are rare creations.
Yep.
Pretty much, if you've gamed in the 90s or early 2000s, you've played a Rare game.
Yep. If it wasn't for Rare, you would never have had Free Radical Design as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those people who end up making, oh yeah, I forgot, GoldenEye 007 on the N64, went on to then go and make Free Radical Design that then made pretty much what was the quintessential arcadey first-person shooter with time splitters.
Yep, that's true. But also,
we're going to get to Perfect Dark.
Okay, because you know I want to talk about that.
We're getting to Perfect Dark. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Microsoft.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Hold them horses.
All right.
Yeah. But they have literally done the worst thing they can with Rare. Like, so many years. I don't understand it. Like, Nintendo was stupid for, like, not even taking them on as a first party. But to let them go to Xbox, my God, what were you thinking? Channeling my angry video game there. This is the same company that Nintendo wouldn't allow to develop for the Super Nintendo, or for the NES, or whatever console it was, wouldn't give them a development kit, so they went and bought a frickin' Famicom and reverse engineered the damn thing.
It's just... Oh God.
They made Nintendo look stupid. They are some smart-ass individuals there. Or well, at least they used to be. But holy crap. Like, what the hell have they done? Like, I hate to see companies like Rare, not just because they're rare, but there's also because they're British, but they're synonymous with the video game industry. What the hell were they thinking?
I've never figured that one out. It's like they just bought them and then said, here, go play in the corner.
Let's be honest, like, Microsoft have done this a lot, though, haven't they?
They have.
They've done this so many times with other companies.
Why put out the money? I just don't understand that.
Look at Lionhead.
Why put out the money if you're not
another British studio. Another British studio that kind of got absolutely buffooked by them.
I mean, that is also Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, it is, but they want to retain all the licenses to the games, but they don't actually want to let the studio make them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look, Perfect Dark. Who's the perfect company to go and make another Perfect Dark game? Oh, wait, that would be Rare. You have them on payroll, and then you give it to Crystal Dynamics?
I don't understand.
We're getting to that anyway, but sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there, because we might as well just segue to this one, shall we?
Do you see them in the background?
I kind of can, yeah. I'm sort of...
They're zoomies. They have zoomies
I know,
right now.
but I'm sort of just... I'm trying not to. I'm just in my rage, alright? I'm just in the rage. That's all it is.
They make me giggle.
Alright.
Well, take me out of my rage.
I know. Look. We've touched on it already. Perfect Dark. The reboot of Perfect Dark. We all know it got cancelled. The initiative got shut down, and Crystal Dynamics were working on it. So now we need to talk about this one that's come out from Jason Schreier. Which, okay, but remember, may not be a big fan of the guy. When he does good work, he does good work. Fair enough.
Yes.
And he has his sources within certain industries and certain companies, and fine. I'm looking at the image. I still can't get on board with that Joe Dark, like, character model. It was terrible.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like, want a badass female spy that also looks attractive? Just go and play Perfect Dark.
Yep.
I mean, his terrible Perfect Dark Zero was awful, but at least she looked good.
Yes, she did. No, I didn't think it was awful. I think it was very of its time.
No, it was an awful game. I played that game online far too much, and the mechanics were shocking. It was awful. Yeah. It was an awful game. An awful game.
But it's a great lead character.
Yeah, fantastic. Iconic, in fact.
Yes.
You know, consider it's only ever had 2 games under her belt.
She doesn't get the, like, praise like Lara Croft gets. And I've never understood that. It's always been weird to me.
Yeah, I've found it unusual as well. Yeah. But anyway, we all know it was cancelled.
Yes.
But there was something going on in the background around about the time of its cancellation because Take-Two Interactive were reportedly in discussions to save the Perfect Dark reboot, but negotiations recently collapsed over details of a potential deal.
Oh dear.
So, according to Jason Schreier, who reports that the collapse of talks between Microsoft, Take-Two and Crystal Dynamics owner Embracer resulted in an unspecified number of layoffs at Crystal Dynamics last month. So, more job cuts. Hooray! Crystal Dynamics were co-developing Perfect Dark alongside California-based The Initiative, which is a studio that Microsoft specifically set up for this game. Do you happen to remember when they set them up and they went, we're going to create quadruple A games?
Yeah.
That really worked, didn't it? Because they released nothing.
Nothing.
This frickin' industry, man. Before the game was cancelled in July and its developer was closed as part of a sweeping layoff at Microsoft. Anyway, so the game, a reboot, I've got caught in two minds there. A remake of the classic spy shooter from Rare was announced in 2020 and featured in last summer's Xbox Summer Showcase, which is an even bigger slap in the face.
Yep.
Apparently, all of that footage was kind of fake anyway. Apparently, it was more conceptual than anything.
Yeah, I'd heard that too.
Anyway, according to Bloomberg sources, Take-Two was in discussion with Microsoft and Embracer to fund and publish the game. But a deal collapsed in part because the companies were unable to come to terms over the long-term ownership of the Perfect Dark franchise.
Greed.
Microsoft, you frickin' own it.
Yeah.
Just let it go if you're gonna do nothing with it. Just let it go.
Let it go.
So, representatives for Embracer, Xbox and Take-Two all declined to comment, though. So, we're not going to talk about the 9,100 jobs that were laid off as part, with that sweeping round of layoffs.
Yeah.
It's times like this I really hate doing this show.
Why?
Because I hate talking about the absolute crapshoot that is the industry that's been overtaken by corporate greed and stupidity.
I'm hoping that we're rounding a corner at some point.
I hope so, but I just want to play good video games.
I know, that's it.
And this looked good.
Make games great again. That's right, I said it.
I don't care. Say it again. You said it last week too.
I know. I'm going to keep saying it. My rants should come later.
The people at Microsoft, they were very bad. Yeah, anyway, I'm not doing any more of that. That was terrible. But yeah, please make games great again. Please make the games industry great again.
Just make them playable, man.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Playable game.
It's just awful. The fact is that Microsoft hold all of these IPs from Rare and they're just doing absolutely nothing with them. Nana's mentioned them there. Banjo, Conker. I'd go as far as saying Killer Instinct now as well, because that's been over 12 years since they've done anything with that IP. Yeah, okay, they got an Xbox Series X version of the game come out, but wow, who cares?
Yeah.
Jesus, just make another
It really good though.
I mean, 2013's Killer Instinct was a fun game from what I heard. Never played it.
There's still people online playing.
Oh, I know there is. They absolutely love that game. I mean,
that's crazy to me though.
Avid streamer and content creator Maximilian, keeps doing the whole bring back Killer Instinct initiative. Bring back KI. Killer Instinct is a name that is well known throughout the fighting game community, and yet they're not going to touch it.
That's the thing, though. A lot of this stuff is fading from memory. Oh, don't pull my lights.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah.
They're not going to have them out there, but yet they're going to allow, some ridiculous cameos to come in at certain points.
Yeah.
What's the point of giving Nintendo the chance to add Banjo-Kazooie to Smash Ultimate, and you're going to do nothing with the character?
Yeah.
Why?
There's got to be some reason.
It's just the money. That was all it was.
That's all it is. All it ever is. Same as it ever was. Which is why we've got to stick with the indies right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say.
Or at least support like studios that are actually passionate about games they actually want to release. Like Sandfall Interactive.
Yeah.
Expedition 33.
Yes.
Actually gave a crap about that game and made it. Good stuff. Really like it.
That's all it takes is passion. That's all it takes.
Yep.
Passion is another of those things that I was saying that you're born with or you don't have. You either have it or you don't.
Yes, you
can't
do.
teach passion. It doesn't develop. You just go, I love games. I've loved them my whole life. Everyone who loves games now loved games when they were sitting in someone's lap when they were a kid, not like last week. You know, playing, for me, an Atari 2600, because that's how old I am. But, you know, for other people, believe it or not, it's like Xbox 360.
I mean, for me, it was sitting on my auntie's floor playing the NES.
Oh, yeah. And I actually know that about you, because I talked to your family, and they told me.
Yeah, exactly.
But my point being, yes, if you're passionate about games as a 20-year-old, as a 40-year-old, as an 80-year-old, you were passionate about games as a 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old.
Yep.
You were born with that passion.
I mean,
and why those people are constantly looked over in the gaming industry, I'll never understand.
Nope,
like,
neither do I.
Do there people in the Microsoft Xbox division, the upper echelon, have they ever even played a game? Because some of them do not sound like they've ever even lifted a controller of any kind in their life.
I'm starting to doubt Phil Spencer's actual credibility as a gamer.
I think he's got credibility as a gamer, but I think it's far overshadowed by his corporate greed.
I think so now.
It's depressing. Then it says, for me, it was the Wii and then the DS.
Yeah.
I'm so old.
It honestly doesn't matter where you started. Like, if you're passionate about video games, it started from somewhere.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. God, all we're doing is soapboxes lately, but it's the thing. Hire developers that are passionate about gaming. If they're passionate about gaming, they're going to be passionate about the developing of games.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want that to keep continuing, or we're going to sit here and 10 years from now, we're going to have AI slop, and that's it. And I am not going to be playing AI slop, I'll tell you that right now.
Speaking of AI slop...
Hey, how's that?
No, it's not actually the case. I was
did it!
No, I was gonna use it as a way to bash Ubisoft.
Ah, yes, okay. Well.
Because that's a passionless company.
It's become that way. Yeah. And it's depressing because one thing I figured out last year, I did not realize how many Ubisoft games I play. I play a lot of them.
It's unfortunate.
But not recently. Yeah.
Well, ever since they had the issue with the harassment, and the same with Activision, I have not bought a single one of their games.
I will say, I mean, I should be more principled and probably not buy more myself, but reading the things that went on with Ubisoft was actually worse than what happened to Activision. And we already know that Activision was bad.
Oh yeah, they were bad. The Ubisoft ones were pretty bad too. Do you also happen to remember about that, quote, hostage situation they had in Canada?
Yes.
Which is clearly fake.
I said it on here. I said this is... Yep.
That died down with no updates whatsoever, didn't it?
Go watch that episode. It's actually a really good episode.
It was, actually. It was quite interesting. Yeah. But anyway, let's talk about Ubisoft, because Ubisoft have been in the news again talking...
Nope, not going to say that.
But... No, I know where you're going with it. Anyway, so it's not Ubisoft as a whole, it's just one developer. Let's talk about them. Because a Ubisoft developer has explained why the physical Nintendo Switch 2 release of Star Wars Outlaws is a game key card instead of having the full game on the cartridge.
Sure, let's explain that one. Let's hear their excuse.
I'm not going to lie, I've already read this up. For once, I've already read the full article.
Right.
I don't usually do that, by the way.
Yes,
I just read certain bits and I go, that will be interesting to talk about, because you can get... No, honestly, I feel you get more of a realistic, like, representation of the story. And how I would react
organic reaction.
That's what I was looking for. Organic.
Yes.
Thank you. So game keycards are Nintendo's new branding for cartridges that still require the game to be downloaded from the Switch 2 online store. We already know this, so yeah, it doesn't actually contain the game data, but it's just a key. It's just a key. As a result, a number of Switch 2 players are yada yada. Sorry, I should say this for the new people who might be tuning in, but there's a backlog of other bloody episodes you can go back and listen to, and we all know about what's going on with game keycards, so let's move on.
Yeah.
Sorry if you don't. Go and research. Anyway. Many have suggested that studios are turning to game keycards to save money because the cost to manufacture a low-spec cartridge with a small amount of unlocked data on it is notably less than the cost to manufacture a high-capacity, high-speed cartridge. However, Ubisoft's Rob Bantin, great name, who serves as the audio architect... What? The audio architect. So not even like... Not... For the Snowdrop engine. So not even like lead programmer of the engine.
No.
Jesus Christ. That was the one thing that I clearly missed in this article earlier. By the way.
Come here.
So the Snowdrop engine, which Star Wars Outlaws runs on, says the main issue for Ubisoft was the speed of the Switch 2 cartridges.
Oh. Right. Okay.
Anyway. So, although Switch 2 cartridges can transfer data at a higher speed than the standard cartridges, or the standard Switch cartridges, hence their increased manufacture costs, they're still not as fast as the Switch 2 console's internal storage, or the micro SD express cards required to add extra storage to the Switch 2. According to Bantin, because the Switch 2 cartridges doesn't transfer data as quickly as internal storage, the decision was made to release as a game keycard because this was the only way to ensure players were all running the game from internal storage. Now, I believe you may have some experience on this one, which is what I'm getting to. Mm-hmm. So, quote, this comes from Twitter or Blue Sky. Snowdrop relies heavily, so Rob Bantin put this on Blue Sky himself, by the way. Snowdrop heavily relies on disk streaming for its open world environments, and we found the Switch 2 cards simply doesn't give the performance we needed at the quality target we were going for. I don't recall the cost of the cards ever entering the discussion, probably because it was moot. Right. I think if we had designed a game for Switch 2 from the ground up, it might have been different. As it was, we built a game around the SSDs of the initial target platforms, and then the Switch 2 came along a while later. In this case, I think our leadership made the right call. So, while another user suggested this was the fault of Nintendo Switch 2's design, Bantin suggested it wasn't entirely fair to criticise the company, given the concessions required when making a handheld that has to be powerful and somewhat affordable. I'm glad they said somewhat affordable.
Yeah,
So, quote, to be fair to Nintendo, they have to consider a ton of factors when choosing components for a new console. The Switch 2 is a miraculous piece of kit in most aspects. That's the end of the quotes. That's the end of the article.
Right.
So, I'm going to press X to doubt on a few aspects of this.
Okay.
The Switch 2 is a miraculous piece of kit.
Yeah.
Incorrect, it is not. Yeah, okay, it's running frame rates that are probably higher than the Steam Deck.
I was going to say, anything technological is a wonderful piece of kit.
I honestly think the Steam Deck does it better. I mean,
right.
We don't know the components necessarily as such of the Switch 2, but I can almost guarantee that it is not an SSD running in that system.
I mean, right? If Denker's still around, I'm sure he knows.
I'm sure he would as well, but I haven't seen anyone do a teardown of their Switch 2 system yet. Mm-hmm. I'd be surprised if it was an SSD, but I highly doubt it. So, instantly, the Steam Deck has got you beat for that one.
Yeah.
Because regardless of what system you do have, there is an SSD in there, meaning that the most modern games, even if they aren't completely optimized for it, doesn't have to rely on the transfer speed issue. Mm-hmm. So this is let's doubt this one because... Anyway, to say that he would have been involved in the discussions at the higher level about whether or not cartridges were going to be involved, I don't think he has any insight whatsoever into that and probably shouldn't be commenting on that such. Where he says that, he says about they made the right call, or I don't recall the cost of the cards ever entering the discussion. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that. Danka said all modern systems use solid state drives. I don't know. I've not seen any teardowns to definitively say that a Switch 2 will have an SSD in it.
I mean, it seems like it would. It just seems like it would, you know?
Yeah, but you know what Nintendo are like. Like,
I know.
They like the low cost, high profit margin.
Yeah.
I don't think that this man would have been involved in the absolute discussion about what they were going to say in terms of what kind of cards they were going to use. And let's be honest with you here, Ubisoft have been really screwed for quite a long time in terms of finances. Yes. Like to the point where they were talking about like frickin' Tencent, like, or actually, I say talking about it, like a significant portion of their business was split up and given to Tencent.
Yes.
They were hard up for money. So if they're doing a port of this game, they're probably going to do it in the most cost-effective way possible.
Yeah. No, I do.
So game key cards probably meant that was going to be the most cost-effective way possible. The only thing that I don't doubt, and I know this probably from experience from your side, was the fact that Star Wars Outlaws did actually require an SSD to play.
Oh my gosh, yes it did.
Yeah. So that part I don't disagree with.
Oh my gosh. It's awful on my hard drive. Not only is it awful on my hard drive, hard disk or whatever, it gives you a warning.
Yeah.
When you load up the game. You know, you should have really put this on your SSD. Why did you tell me that after I installed you on my hard drive?
Yeah, you probably should have like stopped at that point. But I guess like they're trying to target every PC system, aren't they? So they're not going to turn around and say right away. It's like, we want people to buy this game. Oh no, you can't play this game because it's not on an SSD. Oh well, external SSDs are not that expensive anymore, you know.
Yeah, and see, that's what's so infuriating because it took a while to download. It took a few hours. Although I think I was on a Wi-Fi thing when I downloaded it.
Yeah, not the greatest.
My point, I wasn't. But my point being,
yeah, Danga said it's an eMMC type, slower, but is an SSD. But it is an SSD. Okay.
I mean, it would almost have to be. It would just have to be. I think that's just the way things are going to be from here on out.
I know, but
I know you can't guess with Nintendo. I know that.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was actually going to say that like the modular aspect of the Steam Deck means that you can upgrade certain parts of it. So I did actually look into what type of SSD it used. I can't remember the model that it is. I think it's what type it is. But they're not that expensive, really.
Right.
And if you buy in bulk, it'll probably be a lot better anyway. You'll make more on... You won't make as much on your profit margin, but your transfer speeds would be so much better.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. Man, I cannot wait for the ROG Ally Xbox.
I'm not looking forward to how much it costs. No thanks.
I know, but it has to be done.
Yeah, it does. Anyway, I think that's us done for the week of news.
Yes, I think so, because I was getting sleepy a little bit.
Yeah, it is a little bit later than normal, so...
And my boys seem to have stopped fighting each other. They're playing.
I know, I could see them running around in the background for a little bit, which is cool.
Yes, that means they're going to be pooped, which is good for me. That means I'll get to sleep the whole night.
Yay.
Instead of have 3 a.m., let's get up and play.
No, don't, because my cat's done the bloody same thing as well. It's like,
yes.
No. And then a form of protest
is
like, no, his form of protest is if you're going to shut me out of the bedroom, then 2 hours later I'm going to scratch the living hell out of the door to get you up. Git. I'm surprised I did that 5k despite like being up at like 5:15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Don't have children, even fur children.
The fur babies do keep you going. I want to show this one graphic off I'm not gonna rant because I'm too tired.
Oh, right, okay. I was waiting for rants.
I know, but I'm too tired now. But I have this because I'm gonna make a post eventually or something. This was posted by Moist Critical. Oh, it's gonna be backwards, isn't it?
I can see it. It's okay. The death of streaming.
Yep. That's from Moist Critical himself. He said Twitch viewership drops to the lowest in 5 years amid Viewbot crackdown.
Yep.
Comes to find out, Twitch viewership has been inflating the numbers.
Of course.
Of course, because that's, if you do, you know, if you can be underhanded, people will be underhanded. So, streaming ain't doing great. And then add on top of it this wonderful censorship law that I beep, 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 can't stand.
Sorry, this section of the podcast is now redacted due to UK law.
Yes, exactly. Man, it's hard to be an American sometimes.
No, it's easy to be an American. It's just being an American that lives in the UK.
That, it's a different world. I'm not used to it. I will say that, and I will not get into it because it is very highly politicized, and I don't want to turn off any viewers or listeners, because that's not what we're about here. We're about, you know, what is it? An open big tent where everyone is welcome.
Open platform.
That, but it has affected viewership across all streaming platforms.
Not just streaming platforms, all content creation, I think.
Yeah, that's actually probably worded better. So, I'm going to continue streaming, but it's going to be purely, I'm doing it for fun.
Yeah, I mean, we do the podcast for fun.
Yes, that's exact. I was talking to someone today and trying to explain to them. I was like, I've done a podcast for 5 years. It was never anything more than me and Pete said, we're going to do this until it's not fun anymore. And guess what? It's still fun. So we're still doing it. But that's why we've never had sponsors. We have people offering to be sponsors. And I might have done some sponsored content a little bit. We might have done a little bit. We've done it sometimes.
We've done a couple here and there.
Yeah, this is a full disclosure. But overall, we've never pursued sponsors.
No, never. If they've come to us, then fine.
Yeah. We've never, because we never wanted to put a wall up or any of that.
No, we never had
talked about that in the beginning.
Yeah, we never had a Patreon or anything. We never put content out early for other people. We kept it free and open for everyone.
We've talked about that. Day one, that was some of the stuff we first ever talked about.
This is a loss leader for us.
It honestly is.
No, I'm not even joking. I pay for editing programs and get nothing back from it.
I know, and I pay something, but I don't remember anymore.
No, you used to pay the hosting fees, but you don't anymore. Is that
it? Okay.
Well, we're gonna discuss that towards the end of the year, because that will change.
Yeah, we'll do all that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying right now is that I'm going to continue streaming video games because I like to. I love my community, which is also this community. I love chatting with people. I've said this a million times. One of my favorite aspects of this podcast is that I get to talk to people in chat. And I love being able to talk to people. I don't even care what game I'm playing. I'm just like, you know, although sometimes I do care. Because if it's like a really exciting one and it just came out, okay. But that's not my point. My point is, I've been in the entertainment industry for longer than some of you have been alive. That's not even a joke. I know. I don't like to think about it.
Don't think about it. Just keep talking.
But because of that, that means you may see some different content from me. Kind of going back to some old wheelhouses of mine.
I'm going back to my roots, baby.
If you want to join in and follow that content, that's cool. You do not have to. Never feel obligated to support any aspect of my content that you don't particularly enjoy. At this point, at this point, I know, right? At this point, I'm just gonna to me, I'm in that age now where I'm just like, F it, I'm gonna do whatever I want. So the content you're gonna see from me is just gonna be whatever I feel like. That's just how it goes. So video games.
I do what I want.
I do what I want. Lifestyle crap, cooking crap. I don't really do any other crap. That's my life. It's just video games and food. Oh my gosh, that's my life.
Yeah, it's good life.
I did have one of my gurus, business gurus. Oh yes, that's true. Nana did say 10 gifted subs over on my channel because it's September, and I will do a Tiny Tina cosplay while I'm playing the game.
Oh Christ.
And Dennis says, I'm totally not saying because I want to see it, lol. But I did have one of my business gurus say several times, he's like, Kylie, for the love of God, would you please just do actual live content of yourself and your life? It's more interesting than people's other stuff they do. You would blah, 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 blah. I don't really have the confidence to do that because I don't think that I'm that interesting. But I might experiment with it a little bit. So, be looking for some, like, I'll say it on my show and I'll say it on here, like, new avenues to come find me just being an absolute goofball. That's what I do. I just like talking to people and having fun.
Fair enough.
And making things colorful and funny. And telling everyone that they matter and they're important. That's the truth.
Fair enough.
But having said that, I usually wait and let Pete do his thing first. But I'm gonna say, having said that, you can come join me. You can come join me over at twitch.tv/KILEY_WILDE. People misspell it all the time.
Yes.
Basically just do that. And then you'll see some wild and wacky stuff from me. Because I'm unpredictable, man. I drink tequila now. I'm completely unpredictable. So, Pete, now that I've said all that BS, where can they find you?
Don't know. No, I'm a little bit confused. I was like, what's going on? Where am I? It's too late.
I know, 'cause usually you're the one that says that, and then I close out the show. But this time, I'm going to let you.
That is correct. So, yeah, you can come and find us, obviously, at twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews, you know, on the Twitters and the Blue Skies. Just search Rapid Reviews Radio. You can also hear me on another podcast called The Never Watchers, which is film and TV, where we cover the Marvel Cinematic Universe and other films that either one of us hasn't watched before. We came out of RoboCop recently. We've got another film coming in the future, which is back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it's film. Is it TV? I don't remember which one we've got to do. I don't remember where we are. I'm pretty sure we skipped. Yeah, we skipped something. Yeah, oh God, we've got to go do Echo. Oh God. Oh no.
Nice.
Oh no.
No.
Yeah, so we're covering TV show Echo soon, so...
You should cover Once Upon a Time.
What? No.
You should, yes.
No.
It's fairy tales, Pete.
Oh no.
It's so good.
Okay. I might add it to the list at some point.
It's like 13 seasons.
Okay.
I don't know how many seasons it is.
It's fine. It's
probably 5.
Alright, well, yeah, we don't generally cover like TV shows in that respect. It's movies we haven't watched or TV related to Marvel.
They're owned by Disney.
Yeah, but it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe that we only really cover.
Thor comics appear in it.
I don't care. Nana said if you want to do a podcast about that, do it with me.
Oh, you know what? Now there's a thought.
Yeah, cool. Do it.
Let me think.
Anyway,
on that,
let's move forward.
Yeah,
so you can find that on Never Watchers, like on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Few good players, few not. So
yes.
Yeah. Finally, just to reiterate the point from the very top of the show, we are looking for new writers at Rapid Reviews UK. Please go and get in contact with Mike. Send him a message on Twitter or Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or come and join the Discord and message him there. If you like video games and you like reviewing, remember that Venn diagram that we said about at the top of the show. If you're in that Venn diagram where the two circles meet...
The butt crack of the Venn diagram.
Yeah, if you're in that butt crack, then come and join.
Video games!
Yeah. And that'll do it for us for this week. Kindly close us out, please, because I date.
That'll do. Yes! thank you for joining us. And thank you for joining us for the last 5 years. Also.
Yes. Coming close to 6.
Yeah, in the next 5 or 6 years, you're going to be just as amazing.
I'm going to be just as old.
I'm good. I just get younger. I bathe in the blood of virgins, which is why I keep my youthful looks. And that wasn't a creepy, weird thing I just said. That's actually based on a lady in the history who did that. I'm just saying. I didn't just come out of that with my brain. Maybe. But thank you so much for joining us. We will see you and talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Rapid Reviews Radio Podcast. You can watch the recording of the show live on Twitch every Sunday evening at 7 p.m. UK time at www.twitch.tv/Rapid Reviews. You can also watch the podcast on YouTube, search Rapid Reviews 5534, and you can also watch the video version of the show on Spotify, just search Rapid Reviews Radio. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a rating, or a comment on this episode. You can also follow us on Twitter at RRRadioPod, as well as on Blue Sky at rrradiopodcast.bsky.social. Also be sure to visit rapidreviewsuk.com for all the latest reviews and previews.